Hello everyone, if you don't know who I am, well then you can call me Ari, and today, as always, I am joined by my friend Emma.
Hi everybody.
And what are we talking about today?
We're talking about the gay.
That rhymed. Yes, but what kind of gay?
The best gay. The dick gay.
This is already off to a great fucking start.
I know.
So, there you have the title. Today we are talking about the secret life of a Fujoshi, which is we're basically gonna be talking about yaoi and why we like it and how to get into it. So, if you don't know what yaoi is or you're new to the genre, then Emma and I are gonna be talking about how we got into it, what we think about it. My dog is trying to get out of my room. Hold the fuck up a minute. I am not cutting this out, by the way. Fuck that. I already had to leave because she was barking at my little cousin. So yeah, we're talking about yaoi, how we got into it, what we think about the genre, how to kind of navigate through it. For any of you who have never heard of yaoi or what a fujoshi is, or are kind of brand new to the thing. So it's a fun educational podcast that Emma and I are going to try and not lose our minds over because our ships.
My ships, all my ships. So good.
There's so many. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. So, do you want to explain what yaoi is, or should I?
Oh boy, I'm probably gonna say it in the dumbest way possible.
I'm always here to help.
So, yaoi. What is yaoi? It's gay. It has guys. What? Alright, it's basically just romance material.
Quote unquote. Let's be honest, most of it is not romantic. It's just there because boys.
That's another thing that we're trying to do and fail at. It's be kid friendly.
Fuck you at YouTube. I'm not gonna be advertiser friendly. Fuck off. This isn't even a children's friendly genre, so who said that we had to be child friendly?
Fair. But it's basically just a romance subgenre that is specifically guy on guy.
And it's by women for women, so not many guys are into it. If you're a dude that's into yaoi, you are called a fudanshi. If you're a girl who's into yaoi, you are known as a fujoshi. And there's a lot more fujoshi because, once again, it's by women for women. And it's not meant for gay men because it's a fetishization of male homosexuality. There is a genre of yaoi that is by gay men for gay men, and it's called bara. But that has a lot beefier, more muscular guys that are just, not a big fan. Meanwhile, yaoi has a lot of cute pretty boys and this sin known as yaoi has, which thankfully we have left. Oh god.
Oh,
if I had to see one more pair of yaoi hands, I swear to fucking god.
Kill it with fire.
Please do. And there are actually kind of two different types of yaoi. The first type is yaoi, which is basically the more sexual of the genre. There's sex. It's not hentai, basically.
And aliens and sex.
And there is a yaoi called This Boy Can Fight Aliens. And then I know it's a part of a series.
It's two dudes falling in love, 5 other people, and aliens.
It's actually a part of an entire franchise. I shit you not. You can watch the entire thing on High Dive. And then there's basically Shonenai, or BL, which is basically the more fluffy type of yaoi, because the name literally translates to, well, boys love. So it's a lot more fluffy. There's not much sex or sexual themes. It's just kissing and hand holding and I love you too, let's be boyfriends, blah, blah, blah. It's just the not fun version of me and Emma. We're here for the porn.
Always.
It's actually an acronym for the phrase Yamanashi, Ochinashi, Iminashi. It takes the ya from Yamanashi, o from Ochinashi, and i from Iminashi to create yaoi. This phrase means no climax, no resolution, no meaning, which is how yaoi kinda was.
And that is the basics of yaoi. If you would like to learn more, there are literally 3 YouTube videos explaining it. One from, what was that, Crunchyroll? The Anime Man kind of broke it down, and I think Aki Dearest broke it down as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if she did.
She did the how I got into yaoi video, but no, I don't think she ever explained it.
I don't know.
But anyway, so we explained the terms. Let's talk about why we like this shit. This gay ass shit.
It's some good shit.
Some good shit. So would you like to go first? Because I feel like I might have the longer story.
I don't know, man. It strikes such a chord with me that I can't think of like any other thing. I fucking love yaoi. My god.
It is by girls for girls. It's girl porn without the girls. How did you like discover like the term of it at least? Like figure out what it was?
I would say that would be in the wonderful cringeworthy years of middle school.
Oh god.
And honestly, I wasn't into yaoi at that point because I wasn't exposed to any good yaoi ships. It was like all the classic, like, angsty bullshit. So I wasn't really into it, but I did know the term at that point. Then when I actually started to like yaoi ships is when I got into Build-Up, which is some fucked up fuckery that I will not explain in detail. Don't look it up either.
We'll say that for the Killing Stalking podcast.
Yay!
Are we even gonna do a Killing Stalking podcast?
Let's just do it because, my god.
There's actually a YouTuber that I follow, and he tweeted out, so, who's ever heard of Killing Stalking? And I immediately replied, no, don't do it, run, do not come down this dark and bloody hole, just get out! And he immediately said that he was gonna do it.
Yeah, maybe we can do like a fucked up ships, like, podcast.
Oh my god. I just want to say,
that would be very fun.
Yes, that would be very fun. Oh my god, that would be Fujoshi Cast Part 2. Well, Part 3, because we had to do that shipping one.
But basically, if I had to trace back to like my first yaoi ship, it would be Build-Up. And after that, I just kind of fell down the rabbit hole.
It's just been spiraling down from there.
Yep, it's only gotten worse, honestly.
Isn't it? Isn't it the case with all of us? So, I feel like my story is a bit longer because I first discovered yaoi when I was getting back in the anime, and when I first heard it, I was watching an old Anime America video, top 10 anime with what the fuck endings, which is actually the first video I watched from them. And number 10 was Loveless, which I later watched, and it was my first yaoi, even though I like knew the ending. Like when Robin called it a yaoi, and I like saw these two dudes kissing, like I saw this older guy kiss this younger guy, I was like, what is this? I have to watch it. So I watched it on this app I used to pirate anime because back then I would pirate. I don't anymore because back then I just never thought about pirating all that much. And I thought, well, this is weird. This was very weird. This wasn't a good show, but what was that I witnessed? That was two dudes hooking up. And, you don't see that a lot in America. So I thought, there must be a lot more of this in Japan. So I Googled the term yaoi. Well, no, I looked it up on YouTube just to see if there was like more videos on it. And it's time for me to admit my shame because I properly learned the term yaoi and what it was. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. From an Onision video.
Oh, my lord.
It was the video called Why Do Girls Like Yaoi? It had Light and L together in the thumbnail. I was so confused. And that was actually the first Onision video that I had ever watched.
I see.
2014. That was a year. So I watched the video and I started to understand it more. I grasped the basics of yaoi. I didn't quite understand shipping, but I kind of knew what it was because he was showing fan art of Naruto and Sasuke and Light and L.
The classics.
And, I didn't watch Naruto, but I watched Death Note, so Light and L was what really made me grasp the terms of shipping. Yeah. After that, I started to watch more yaoi anime. I looked at the shonen ai genre on the site, and I started to add a bunch of yaoi anime onto my plan to watch list, and I ended up watching them all. I watched Junjo and Hasekoi afterwards. Those were like my two favorite yaoi anime at the time. And, a lot of it was just boring to me, and I started to fall out of it because I was just watching these canon shows with canon ships, and they were older, from the 2000s to the 90s. The newest one that I had watched was Hasekoi, but a lot of them were the same to me, and it was just like angsty bullshit, and that was it. I was just getting bored of it. But the show that saved me was none other did Attack on Titan, baby!
Hallelujah. Holy shit.
Yeah, I watched Attack on Titan because it was very big in my anime club in my old school, and all my friends were like, oh, Attack on Titan, Attack on Titan. How have you not seen Attack on Titan? And I was like, I never heard of it because I was just getting back into anime, but it was on Netflix, sat down, binged watched all of it, came back to school, thought it was great. But, was it me or was Aaron and Levi just a little bit too friendly with each other? I just admitted my ship! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh god, I'm gonna get yelled at!
Panic
Oh my
mode.
god! Oh my god!
Dude, I admitted to build up. We're cool.
We're gonna get yelled at though.
Bring it, fuckers. Bring it.
If we don't, fuck it, we don't care anymore. We're gonna talk about this anyway in the shipping podcast. So, I watched Attack on Titan. And I watched Ouran as well. I watched Ouran after Attack on Titan. I was still kind of grasping the concepts of the yaoi. And the girls in my club, when I heard them talking about Ouran, because it was like my favorite show at the time, they started to squeal over Hikaru and Karu. And I could understand that, but I just didn't see the interest of it as much as I saw Aaron and Levi. So a friend of mine, turns out that she was also really into Attack on Titan, and she really, really shipped Aaron and Levi as much as I did. And then we started freaking out over them. And that's when I kind of grasped the concepts of shipping, and I kind of understood, you know, what I like and what I don't like. And I started to just experiment with it more. I expanded my library, and you know, it just kind of branched out and became a multi-shipper, became a part of a communities, well, the different fandoms and communities, and now I'm here. So yeah, I almost fell out of yaoi. Attack on Titan saved my life.
God bless.
God bless. Thank you so much. Especially you, amazing Attack on Titan artists, and you, Instagram and fan accounts that I follow that constantly post Attack on Titan, yaoi, and fan art and doujinshi that I read on a daily basis. So that's my story.
That was beautiful.
Oh, it all started with an Anime America video, which led to an Onision video. Thanks, Onision. You're good for something, I guess. You're still a horrible piece of shit, though.
Oh my god, he's the worst. Fuck that guy.
Oh my god, fuck that guy. We're gonna get dark and depressing in the next podcast. Emma, you're not in it. It's the Marvel one. It's a Marvel one. Yeah, this is the fun podcast. The next podcast is gonna be dark and depressing.
No
fun
talking
podcast.
About dick bags allowed.
Well, we can talk about dick bags, but we're just not gonna talk about dick bags. What has this become?
I blew out my mic again. Fuck.
What has this become?
Just a bunch of innuendos. That's really all this is.
Wait, were we gonna try and stop? Fuck it. You know what? We come too far. So, next topic. You want to talk about shipping real quick?
Yes?
There's this horrible thing we started doing now where we see two characters that totally don't go together and we're like, oh, I totally ship it.
Shipping is an interesting concept to me because literally any ship can exist. It's so weird. Like, if two characters exist, the ship exists. It's honestly true.
What's that one rule of the internet? If it exists, there is porn of it.
Yeah, it's similar to that, where if it exists, it ships.
It's true. Especially with how fast the internet is nowadays. Like, we've seen ships just explode and die in a matter of weeks, like in Yuri on Ice. Like, you know, JJ came in and we had Yurio and JJ. 3 weeks later, Otobek is introduced. That's over. It's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, to you bitches.
It's totally fucking dead.
But it is kind of an interesting concept because, like I said, like, shipping kind of saved my entire Fujo existence.
Me too, actually.
Huh? Yeah? Oh, really?
Yeah, because, well, certain ships, because I remember very specifically in middle school, the one guy-on-guy ship that I knew of, which was Zim and Dib, Invader Zim, because I was an emo piece of shit. But the only one I knew, and I hated it so much. Like, I was so against it. But then, my saving grace build-up, the saving grace crack ship.
I was honestly expecting for a Supernatural to come up in that conversation.
Why?
Because when I, like, sent you that picture of Supernatural ending soon, you said, oh, thank God.
Because they're beating a dead horse with another dead horse at this point.
Yeah, and Supernatural is, like, one of the most popular ships ever. Like, I am going to go on AO3 right now, because there is a fuck ton of Supernatural fanfiction and ships. That is, Kaz Cass didn't come in until later in the show, but Dean and Castell is one of the most popular ships. Like, before that, it was, Dean and, his brother?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why, though?
Why not?
That's true.
That's the rule of shipping. Why not?
Why the fuck not?
I actually saw a post the other day. It was Slav and Lance from Voltron.
Okay.
Like, that's the best part about Tumblr, is just the posts that are like, these two characters ship together. Discuss.
Okay, I'm on AO3 and I searched Supernatural. Guess how many pages of Supernatural fanfiction there is on AO3?
Too many.
Way too fucking many. There is exactly 8,403 pages of Supernatural fanfiction of AO3. And the earliest one is surprisingly from 1950.
Jesus Christ.
That's the earliest Supernatural fanfiction on this website. Has only existed from the year 2000. It was published in 1950 when the internet didn't exist. Okay, but seriousness, the earliest AO3 fanfiction came from 2002. Mm-hmm. And if we filter this out, let me just filter this out by Yaoi searches. There is, oh my god. I just looked at the categories, and next to Guy on Guy, the results are, the number is over 100,000.
Jesus.
Of Guy on Guy Supernatural fanfiction. This show has been popular.
I know.
But that's like kind of the beautiful thing of shipping. It's been around forever, and honestly, Fujoshi has always existed, like back in Star Trek days. Well, shipping and fandom culture has only just kind of escalated with the internet and the growth of the internet. And like I said earlier, we've gotten so fast to this point where we get to episode 1 to see these two characters. Holy shit, they belong together. Draw all the Yuri on Ice fanfiction. Do it.
All the gay.
All the gay. And then, of course, you have multi-shipping, which you and I are both very sinful of.
Oh, it's such a beautiful thing.
Why do we become multi-shippers? How do you become a multi-shipper?
I'm trying to think of where my origins in multi-shipping lie. I know it was last year that I first got into it.
Like, before I became a multi-shipper, I was very tight-knit about my ships. And that was once again because of Attack on Titan. Because my NOTP is Erwin and Levi, and the reason why that's my NOTP is because I do not like Erwin Smith. I think he's a piece of shit, and it only just shows in season 2.
That crazy fucker.
Yeah, and you know, Attack on Titan was kind of the show that saved me, so I have a shit ton of Attack on Titan ships, and I like to kind of keep them close knit, but I'll also kind of branch out, like with John, you could be with Marco, but apparently there's a ship between you and Armin, so fuck it, whatever. Yeah. But you belong with Marco. And then all of a sudden, I think it was Tokyo Ghoul that turned me into a multi-shipper.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember just like seeing all of these ships with Kaneki and all these different characters. Like, I shipped Kaneki and Toka a lot, and I still do. I honestly ship Kaneki and Toka more than Kaneki and Tsukiyama because they're just a very, very good and healthy couple, and I like strong, healthy relationships. The chapter. So, oh my god, it happened. So, anyway, I was just like on Instagram because Instagram was my hub for shipping and fandom before I stayed on Tumblr. I was just on Instagram and I saw like all of these ships with Kaneki. Like I saw Kaneki and Toka, Kaneki and Tsukiyama, Kaneki and Ayato, Kaneki and Amon. And I was just like, you know, I like all of these, honestly. So fuck it, put them with whoever you want.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I think where I started with multi-shipping was actually Gravity Falls again.
Oh my god, how do you multi-ship in Gravity Falls?
Because basically, Bill Dip and Bill Ford are basically the exact same ship. I figured out a long time ago that I actually like some meat to tear into with my ships. Not exactly like canon nods to it, but like things that I can use like a jumping off point for a relationship. And something that really drove me to like Bill Ford was the backstory element, that they were actually partners.
Oh, yeah.
So that led to a lot of, let's just say, interesting connotations when the official journal got released. There's multiple times where, like, Ford's just, like, frantically scratching out, like, his old devotions to Bill. It's so weird, but honestly, I like it. But, of course, I can't drop Bill Dip. Bill Dip is my shit.
Bill Dip. I kind of like that ship as well, but I don't really like it in a sexual way unless like Dipper is aged up.
Yeah.
But in the like canon verse, I don't really like. Okay. I don't want to say anything.
Honestly, canon verse, I prefer fluff. Like I only do smut if it's AU.
Like that's kind of like how I am with Attack on Titan sometimes, because I'm not that big in the fluff. But like when it comes to like Aaron and I, you know, they're like 15 plus years apart, so I prefer AU more because Aaron is older and Levi is younger, because I like two 20-year-olds getting it on. And you know, I'm not against canon smut because they're fictional fucking characters. It's not advocating for goddamn pedophilia. Shut the hell up. But I'm gonna save that for the fucking shipping podcast.
Yeah.
But when it comes to canon, I like fluff a lot more, honestly. And like, I'll still take smut because smut is good smut. All smut is good smut.
All smut is good smut.
But I prefer AUs more with all of my Attack on Titan ships, actually, because Attack on Titan is dark and fucked up, and I want my characters to be happy.
You know, they all just need a blanket. All of them.
Especially Armin, because fuck!
Armin needs a blanket. Like, hashtag blanket for Armin.
Protect this child.
Protect him, please.
We didn't protect him enough, so we gotta try harder for the next 13 years.
Protect the coconut, goddammit.
Please do. Especially in like its little buddy suit.
I know! The little buddy suit.
I get it. I know that he's popular and I know that he's well liked. Nothing against all of you people that ship Erwin and I or are really like Erwin Smith. I just don't like him. That's just it. Well, I ship him with Mike. I will admit, I ship him with Mike. I miss him so much. Fuck me.
What a bastard.
Oh god. Like, your sacrifice was greatly appreciated because you showed that season 2 was getting down to business, goddammit. But I do ship it with Mike because there was one moment in season 1 where they looked at each other. And that look sad. So, that's a nice place.
His eyes said bedroom. Erwin's eyes said bedroom, but his severed arm said hospital. Is this just turning into an Attack on Titan spoiler podcast?
Oh my god. You know, everybody who already seen Attack on Titan, he already lost his arm at like the end of season 2. Fuck it. Doesn't matter anymore. No one cares. We're done.
We're done. Fuck it.
I my train of thought. What was I saying?
You were kind of rambling about Erwin for a little bit.
I was rambling about Erwin a little bit. Fuck. I can't fucking believe you, man. I love you, Emma.
We were on multi-shipping, weren't we?
It's honestly kind of hard to find a bunch of multi-shippers, if you ask me.
Really?
Yeah, because you look around and there's like people that are very close-knit about their ships, and then there are people like with the shipping war between Erwin I and Aaron I, people don't want to ship Aaron I because of that 15-year age difference. But that's another story for another day. But I guess that kind of also contributes to not being a multi-shipper. Like, I find very, very few multi-shippers around the internet compared to the people that are like, hey, I like this ship, I like only this ship, and this character cannot go with that other character, like Voltron.
Oh god. Here's the thing. In the Voltron fandom, it's either one of them or all of them.
Yeah, but like, why have an OTP when you can have an OT3, or you can be a dirty multi-shipper, and Lance can be with both Shiro and Keith.
Same time or separate. Or at the same time if you want to be absolute filth.
Like, you know, why have an OTP when you can have an OT3?
Why not? It exists. Most of the stuff you find on it is porn, so there you go. And technically it's legal now!
Yes! Yay! Voltron fanbook! Shut the fuck up, internet! It's not pedophilia anymore! Oh, what a beautiful day when all the people are saying stop this pedophilia get proven wrong.
I have not actually seen an argument against it in so many months. It's beautiful. Another thing that I can't wait for with Voltron is when I can actually get like some substance for Shiro and Matt. Because that one can't have a pedophilia argument to begin with, because why would they send a child into space?
Speaking of Voltron, it's another thing I want to put up. Shipping doesn't exactly mean that you put these two together in a romantic or sexual way. You can also put them together in like an innocent relationship, like a friendly one or a brotherly one.
Friendship.
Like, it doesn't always have... Yeah, like, they're like, you ship them, but you ship them in like a friendly way. It doesn't always have to be romantic. Like, I ship Shiro and Pidge, but I ship them in kind of like a family way, because in canon, Shiro is kind of already like Pidge's older brother, and
Space
he's
Dad.
kind of there for her. Space Dad. Well, Space Dad and older brother.
Yep.
Because Matt isn't there, and I kind of see him as both.
Matt isn't there, and their dad's probably dead.
And with Pidge, I also kind of ship Pidge and Hunk in like a friendly way, because I think that they would be awesome BFFs.
Yeah, they'd just be hanging out while the other three are banging each other in the other room.
Okay. You just reminded me of a great free doujinshi I read.
Go on.
I have been looking for it forever now because I forgot the title, but it was basically Rei, Nagisa, Ren, and Makoto come to Haru's house, and they see Haru. I think he was jerking off. He was more than likely jerking off. And Makoto and Ren, they're like, oh, shit, fuck, oh, shit, okay. And Haru was like, oh my god. Because Makoto and Ren like Haru, and they're kind of fighting over each other. And Nagisa's like, boys, let's not fight. Let's do what we used to do when we were kids. Remember when we were kids? They literally have a fucking panel of Shota, Nagisa, Ren, Makoto, and Haru just like having sex. That was the disturbing part of the doujins, because I don't like Shota. But Ren and Makoto look at each other, and they're like, you know, why not? And like Haru was like, yeah, sure. Like, I'm all ready for you. So there's like a threesome between Haru, Makoto, and Ren. And Rei is just standing in the back looking fucking terrified. He is like, what is this? What's going on? Because, you know, he didn't know these guys when they were kids. And Nagisa was like, oh, Rei-chan, I'll show you. And it's fucking great. Like, Nagisa gives like this one yandere look after he has Rei suck him off. And he's just like, oh, you're turned on by this, aren't you? And then he gives like this yandere look as he takes off his clothes.
Oh my god.
It's like Rei and Nagisa are just in the corner fucking each other, and Nagisa is taking the lead, and then over here are Haru, Makoto, and Ren. It was fucking awesome, man.
That is beautiful.
It was awesome, and if I can find it, I will send it to you.
Please do.
Goddamn, I thought the ending was so goddamn funny, because they are just utterly spent at the end. Like, they were banging all day. It was awesome, man.
I feel like this is like the most off-topic tangents we've ever been on.
Fuck it, it's the Fujo cast.
Why not?
Why the hell not? No, we were talking about, like, shipping not having to be shipping. You want to add on to that conversation of shipping not having to be shipping while I drink my water? Because the thirst is real.
Yeah, just quench your thirst for 5 goddamn seconds. Yeah, I think a lot of people forget that shipping doesn't always have to mean sex, because that's what a lot of people jump to automatically, and yeah, that's just what someone does. It's just fucking all the time. But you can friendship, you can brothership, you can sistership, you can even enemy ship. I've actually seen that before.
Like Bill Dip? Because I could see that with Bill Dip.
No, it was mostly with Zim and Dib that I saw that, because it was like a whole big thing. But
Oh yeah, I could see that.
But yeah, like enemy shipping, like just world's perfect enemy type bullshit.
Like, I've read Voltron and Yuri on Ice fanfic that has, like, Hunk and Pidge and Hunk and Shiro labeled together, and Victor and Yurio, but it's in, like, a friendly way and a brotherly way, and I think that's really sweet and adorable, especially with Victor and Yurio.
The proud gay dad thing is just beautiful.
It is a fucking amazing, and I love the entire Yuri on Ice fandom for it.
Yeah, like, just what... I love the early Yuri on Ice fandom, where just, like, one line set off, like, a whole chain reaction of memes.
I was thinking earlier today, you know how, like, when Yuri declares that his portcolables is arrows, and Victor is like late to practice the next day, and Yuri is like, where's Victor? And Yuri was like, they said that he was drinking until dawn.
Mm-hmm.
What if the previous night he was just drunk off his ass, crying, and Victor's parents and his sister are there, and Yuri's mom is just like listening to him sob over how he cannot get Yuri for the life of him and how he thinks Yuri isn't attracted to him anymore. And Yuri's mom is just listening to all of this, but she's being really sweet and supportive. Oh, and Victor is like naked.
Wait, I swear to God, I told you about this on one of our earlier podcasts. Yeah, just in my version, it was him bugging Yurio about it, and he just wanted to die.
No, like, I think it was probably, like, Yuri's parents just, like, listening to it because Yurio was probably asleep and he wasn't there.
Yeah.
And, like, Victor's just drunkenly sobbing, like, I don't know if he remembers. What did I do wrong? Was showing him my junk in the hot tub a mistake? Because he just wants to sleep next to him. Not with him, but next to him. And Yuri's mom is just listening to all of this, and she's just like patting his back, and he's like wearing a blanket because he's naked because he strips when he's drunk.
I can see it so goddamn clearly. It's so beautiful.
Like, the next day, Yuri's parents didn't get any sleep, and Yuri's mom was just like, it's your fault, and his dad was just like, I know, dear. She's like, he got that from you. I know, dear. If her poor boy is heartbroken, well, he will be. I know, dear. Oh my god, that is hysterical. Somebody please draw that.
Somebody draw this shit, and maybe even a version where he's trying to sob to Yurio and he just fucking leaves the room.
Oh my god. You know that he would.
Like, nope, not dealing with this bullshit.
I don't care. I had to put up with you for over a year about that Japanese boy in a banquet. I'm not doing it tonight. You found him. You handle it yourself, you dumbass. This is a fun podcast.
This is awesome. I love it.
I remember this part.
And that's why Percy and Pierre are objectively the best for each other.
Just like engaging in a community is a lot of fun. Just like, you don't have to write fan fiction or draw fan art. You can just enjoy it and leave comments and positive feedback. But you have to be kind of careful with toxic fandoms. Like, the Voltron fandom.
I hate that I'm still in it, but I can't get out. I don't want to get out. But at the same time, I don't want to be in this anymore.
Like, I'm not exactly in it. I'm a casual Voltron fan, but I just really don't want to just browse the fandom on Tumblr because, oh boy.
To be honest, it is seriously dying down after that fanbook came out.
Well, like, even though there's so much stuff canon, you can always change it in fanfiction.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the problem with fandom is that a lot of people, you have, like, the mature fans and the immature fans. And Emma, I think you and I are mature because we know that it's just imagination. Mm-hmm. And we're just trying to have fun here. But you have the immature fans that are like, no, this is real. And I want it to be real. Like the case with that person who leaked the pictures of the storyboards on the Twitter. And it's like those immature fans that don't want people to have fun, that want everything to be about them, that really make a fandom toxic, which is why you have to watch out for them. Mm-hmm. Especially in the Voltron fandom. Oh, and the Steven's Universe fandom is pretty goddamn bad.
There's a really good SGG video on toxic fandoms.
Very good. Highly recommend it.
And all the factors that go into the toxicity.
It's not biased, which is really great.
But honestly, I think the general way to tell if a fandom is toxic is if there are just the incidents. If anything's classified as the incident or is, like, got its own special name just for how much of a disgrace it was.
Yeah, like, you do have kind of those red flags that pop up before the fandom starts, like how progressive a show can be, like in the case of Steven's Universe, which attracts a lot of progressive people. But then again, you kind of can't exactly listen to it. You have to kind of see it for yourself. I mean, I'm fucking sick of all this shipping war bullshit too, but you just kind of have to find a way to navigate through and avoid it. And like, even if you start your own fan group, you are going to get hate. But if you're the moderator, or the moderator, or you can just tell the moderator to just filter out all of the hate and toxicity, because yeah, people are going to be like, oh, why'd you block me? That's such a dick move. But it's like, we blocked you because we want to have a good, clean, and healthy environment. Like, yeah, we're creating a safe space, but we're not creating a safe space in that sense.
Yeah, if there's a certain subgroup of a fandom, like, that's the thing, shipping wars are common. That doesn't mean the fandom's toxic, but...
Yeah, and sometimes it can get really, really out of hand, like with Voltron.
Yeah, but if the negative events in the fandom are attributed to one particular group, like it could be a shipping group, it could be a certain fan theory group, like that's what they're associated with, then your fandom probably has a bit of toxicity in it.
It's those acts that really keep people out of a fandom. Like, I do not want to go anywhere near the fucking Steven Universe fandom. And I'm like a casual fan of Steven's Universe. I really like the show. Same thing with Voltron. Like, Emma, you and I did 2 discussion podcasts on the seasons, but we're just like kind of casual fans about it. Mm-hmm. But we still kind of know how to navigate through it and keep away from all of those immature fans who are very possessive about something that they don't own. Like, you have to keep in mind that this is all just imagination and just for fun.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of the whole point of like fan fiction and doujins. Like, you have the freedom to make AUs and wonder, oh, what would this be like in this situation? Or write a really smutty one shot and it's just like, oh, hey, let's set these characters up. Let's have them be into this certain kink, like BDSM, and let's kind of play with this. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun, really. That's all that this is. It's a ton of fun.
Yeah, that's basically, like, the basis for everything I've created. Like, because I don't do a lot of original stuff. I'm not an original person. But a lot of my fan fictions, a lot of my fan art has been like, what if we just change this? What would happen? And that's where a lot of my ideas come from.
Your Paladin Lions.
Yeah, my Paladin Lions are a good example of that. Like, what if these could be human? What would happen?
By the way, I just want to say this real quick. If you call a fucking fan fiction writer or a fan artist lazy for not being original, shut the fuck up, because this shit is hard.
It's so hard, dude. I tried to write a little bit today, and basically, like, I can only write if I have, like, an assignment that encourages me to write. Like, if I have, like, a big school writing project, that's the only time I get motivation to even touch my keyboard.
Yeah, I mean, sure, the hard part is done for you, like you have the characters and the setting down, but you still can branch out away from that. You can create OOC characters, like killing, stalking, healthy AUs, because, god damn it, okay.
A good example of this would be the Reverse Falls AU, because I keep going back to Gravity Falls. It's my shit, shut up. But
no shame in that.
Like, with most AUs, it's usually just changing the setting and a few details, and like figuring out how to incorporate non-real elements into the real environment, like with college AUs and stuff. But with this one, it basically created its own extra set of characters. It uses the premise of Gravity Falls, but it uses a completely different set of characters and a completely different story structure, which makes it like just a smorgasbord of creativity. It is so nice. I love it a lot.
And like we said, it can be really, really hard just kind of thinking up different situations and maybe you're trying to come up with a new idea, like, oh, what if we do kind of like a fantasy AU, but it's going to be kind of like my own fantasy, or going to have the characters come in, or going to be slightly OOC. It is hard. It is hard to tell a good and engaging story. And I'm just going to say it. To all of you who are writing fanfics that are like novel form with thousands of words in multiple chapters, good fucking job on you. Because holy shit, I cannot do it. I mean, I try to, but I cannot.
I have only completed one fanfiction in my life, and it is such shit.
I can read all of your really long form fanfic novels, but dude, if I'm writing one shots. I'll write a single chapter one shot. I'll write a one shot that only has 2 chapters, or I'll just like write one shots that take place in the same storyline. But with me personally, I can't do it because I have too much shit to do. I'm trying to make a webcomic, and I just can't focus on a long ass running story with a running storyline. I can't sit down and write that. Especially since if I do try to write it and it's ongoing, there's just going to be months without updates until it just like ends and it's over and it's done and I'm never going to update again.
Yeah, I'm the exact same way, and it's even worse because I try to make a commitment. I really do try, but I just can't. I can't sometimes.
You know, I used to be good because I started writing fan fiction back in middle school, And I told you this, but I went onto the old site that I used to write for, and I haven't been on that site since like what? Oh my god, 2012. No, it was like 2013 or so. And I was like, oh man, like I'm still getting notifications, I'm still getting people asking me to update, but I don't want to because I'm not a part of this fandom anymore, and this fandom died because middle school, man. So I just like went on to all of my the stories that were marked as ongoing, because I wrote like 30 stories on that account. None of them were one shots, by the way.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, I'm realizing this. Holy shit, why can't I do this now? Okay, look, anyway. I went on, I announced that they were never updating again, and I got so much shit. I have no idea. I got so much shit from only like 5 people who were still somehow in this dead-ass fandom.
Oh my god. I
have no idea. And I'm like looking at all of this shit that I wrote back when I was 12, and I was like, how did I do all of this? How did I sneak onto my parents' computer and write 30 fucking running stories? Like, granted, I wrote most of those on my phone, but still. And why can't I be like this now?
No.
Jesus. And all of them were shit. It was shitty ass 12-year-old writing, and I read all of them, and oh my god, I wanted to get drunk and die. But damn it, I had fun doing it.
Right.
Memories. Terrible, terrible, awful memories.
Moral of the story, don't yell at fanfiction writers.
Please don't. It is hard. It is extremely difficult, especially fan artists. Like, guys, please don't to us. Don't fucking tell people, oh, it would be cuter if it's this ship. Like fucking Voltron. Like, oh, this would be cuter if it was Sleep. Or Clans. Yeah, Clans. Because fucking Voltron names always trip me up because they have the worst names.
Worst ship names in history.
Oh my god.
I challenge you to find worse ones than the ones in the Voltron fandom.
We need to change this because they're all horrible. Please don't go to like a fan artist or a fan fiction writer and go, this would be cuter if it was this ship. No, That person may not like that ship, or they just don't want to do anything for that ship.
Some people have been arguing this, but it's okay to say that I don't ship this, but it's still cute, because it's saying you put away your bias against the ship to enjoy the art. But saying that it should be
people say that it's okay or it's not okay.
I'm saying that it's okay. But saying that it should be a different ship entirely degrades the work. Like, I would like it if it was this ship, not I like it despite it being this ship. We're getting into a lot of topics that we should probably just save for other videos.
Yeah, this is just like, hey, are you a Fujo? Are you trying to become a Fujo? Do you not know what a Fujo is? Well, here's the podcast for you.
The Fujo starter kit.
Can we make a meme out of this? We should make a meme out of this and attach this podcast and put it on somewhere.
When all else fails, make it a meme.
But you gotta remember, if you are a starting Fujo, you cannot go on AL3. You have to start with Wattpad. Mm-hmm. Read all the cringy stories that are clearly written by 13-year-olds.
That's the starter. Especially if you are a 13-year-old.
Saving it. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm saving it. We could get so distracted by this. Holy shit.
It's such a broad subject, though, so it's hard.
It does have a lot of different meanings, and we could really talk about it for a while without knowing what we're talking about at all. It is all my fault, but we have so many topics that we gotta save for part 2, and now part 3, and maybe even part 4.
Part 12.
Part 12! Fujo cast! Okay, I'm done.
Dude, let's do it. Let's fucking do it. This will be like our intro podcast to this shit. Fujo 101, people.
Fujo 101. So, we hope that you took something out of this, and hopefully we can expand it for you in the future Fujo cast, because we're doing shipping hate.
Yeah, definitely.
Then we may do like fandoms and fan fiction. I don't know.
Yeah, basically, if there's any topic that we just kind of glanced over, we will probably make a podcast out of this.
Author's note. Please write your criticism in the comments. But if you're a hater, then don't write anything. It's my story. If you don't like, don't read. Constructive criticism only, plugs.
So, yeah, do you have a doujinshi or fanfiction that you would like to share?
just... Okay, I'm trying to remember this shit. I don't want to say build up again because I've been talking about it the whole goddamn time, but... Because I'm not, like, the biggest peruser in fanfiction anymore. I used to be huge, but not so much.
I read so many doujins. I don't know why I asked that question because now I'm thinking about, oh crap, what doujin do I recommend? I read so many. It sucks.
One of the few fanfictions that I've actually been reading, it's Star vs. the Force of Evil. It's TomCo. And it's basically, Marco accidentally gets turned into an incubus.
Wait, Marco gets turned into an incubus?
Marco gets turned into an incubus.
God, yes.
And Tom has to deal with him because he doesn't know how to demon. Oh, and the good shit ensues. Setup. The good shit ensues. It's so good.
That is the best setup.
It gets really, really fucked up, but for a little bit, it's good.
You know, since you said that, I just remembered this one Eren I fanfic. I read it so long ago, and I still come across it on my reading manga. It's canon verse, and Hanji is like experimenting on Eren like she always does, but this one experiment kind of goes wrong, so he gets turned into a Neko, and he has like the ears and the tail, and unfortunately he's an he, so Levi has to deal with his fucking bullshit.
Yes.
It is fucking awesome. I think that was a Killer Yomi doujin. I'm like trying to think back to it, and I think that was a Killer Yomi doujin because I remember this having such good art, and the smut was really good, and it was like Levi was so fucking sick of his bullshit, but Eren was just too goddamn cute, and every time Eren was like, Captain, please, Captain, put it in me, Captain, please, come on, Levi was just like, fuck, I gotta do it.
You gotta send me this.
He was too turned on.
You absolutely have to send me this.
I have to find it to you and send it to you. Oh my god, it was awesome, and I was so sad when it ended. You know, all of my guy friends, they're like, Ari, how can you be gay but still like yaoi? Because, bitch, it is fun. Take this lesson away from this podcast, all of you baby Fujos, because it's fun. Yaoi is fun. Shipping is fun. Doing fan art and fan fiction is fun. It's just fun because yaoi is no different from a general fandom. Mm-hmm. And you can ship a lot. You can be kind of like a more closed off shipper. You can be a multi shipper. You can just like the canon stuff. Who cares? Because it's fun and we're all having fun here.
I think that's a good place to end it on this one.
Just have fun and go nuts, all you baby Fujos. And hope to God I find those doujins and I can type them in the description. So like people who are like, oh my god, I want to read that, I'll try and put them in the description.
I'll send you the TomCo one just so you have the link.
I am fucking looking for these doujins right the fuck now. You close this video out because I gotta find them now.
Okay, but basically this was a giant clusterfuck of just Fujo terms and the stuff that we go through and all that.
It's not even, this is only the beginning.
This is only the beginning. We're gonna go way more deeper into some of these topics. It's gonna get a whole lot more stupid.
God bless.
And among all of the filth links down there, I also got my Tumblr down there. And whatever Ari wants to whore out.
The fucking Twitter at callmearins. I always link my anime list down there. Subscribe to this channel. I really gotta find this doujin. Oh my god, I'm looking for this Attack on Titan one right now. I need... God, what was it?
And
oh my god, it's like YouTube videos. Oh god. Hold on. I think I've almost found it.
You got
no,
it? You got it?
No.
Well, anyway, we're gonna close out this video, so goodbye, guys.
Yeah, bye. I gotta find this fucking doujin. Where is it? No, I found Neko, Area Puppy, Levi!
I think we should end it just right there, like cut it off right there.
Please. That's it. I'm done recording. Okay.